We're joined by Tony Morgan, Harrow Borough under-18's manager. Tony, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
I think you knew, obviously it was Potters. It was a cup game tonight. Obviously Potters Bar, you're in the same division as Potters Bar Town, and obviously their top started the season very strongly. So you knew it was going to be a tough game tonight. What were your thoughts on the game and how your team performed?
I think they performed, as good as we could with what we had. We were some key players missing tonight, which obviously made a difference. As I suppose square pegs and round holes, if you want to put it that way. So it does weaken us in other parts of the field. However, I think the boys that came in done a good enough job. We get to play them again next week in the league. Hopefully everyone's back for next week's game. But it is a cup game, and it's the I suppose the beauty of the cup. It could have gone either way. Looking back, I think playing against, obviously they were physically stronger than us, quicker in places. That's something that we're going to need to match. Obviously, them being a lot older than us doesn't help either. But listen, we're going to have games like that all season. Was I disappointed? No, not too disappointed with the boys that went out there tonight. I was quite happy the way they played. I suppose. Yeah, not too disappointed. I mean, it's all about next year. Is how I'm looking at it this year. If we can keep playing and growing some results out and be a mid-table team and then push on for next season, that's exactly what we're looking for. So it's never about this season. It was really get our foot in. They're a new bunch of boys, new league. Never played under-18 football. They're quite young. Some of them have just turned 16 as well.
That is a young under-18's team.
Yeah.
As you said, there are teams like Potters Bar and other teams in the division. You can see that extra physicality, that extra bit of speed. But you can see the difference that extra year has. Mm-hmm. But as you said, in a year's time, you hope that's where your boys will be.
Absolutely. I mean, we're always looking to improve the squad, and week on week we are getting boys in, and they are improving in places. But there is some areas. I mean, we ended up with our keeper this week having 3 broken fingers. So we ended up having another keeper stand in today. So
who I thought had a Harry, he was
I thought
he had a really good game. Made some great saves.
He was absolutely, probably our man of the match.
And I think he was unlucky with a couple of their goals. He made a really good save. The rebound could have gone anywhere, but it went to one of their players.
Yeah.
So he was unlucky with a couple of goals.
Yeah, Harry's a good lad, and he's a good footballer, and he can play with his feet, which is nice as well. And he likes to play out from the back. Yeah.
And again, just very quickly on tonight, I think that, as you said, you knew it was a very strong, older, physical Potters Bar team. I think there was kind of 2 things that we spoke about off camera that kind of stuck in my mind about I think it was their second and third goals, where start of the second half, pretty even, I thought.
We did change it up second half, we had to.
Yeah, and then the start of the second half, obviously on the attack, more confident on the ball. And I think it was their second and third goals where we were actually on the attack in their box, had a shot or they made a clearance, broke really quickly, and is in at the other end. I thought those were kind of 2 examples of perhaps again the difference at the moment in the teams and where what you're looking to get towards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they always, as we said earlier, they always left 3 on the line, on the halfway line, on all set pieces that we ever had. So they were looking to go 1v1 on all 3 of us. So we had to sort of keep one back, so it left us less in the box and in games as well. It's the boys have been training at that sort of that pace every game they have, at every training session. It's always 2-3 touch, move the ball as quickly as you can, because you are going to be up against teams like the Potters Bar of the world, who will probably train 3 or 4 times a week as part of their the academy setup. So we're only training maybe the 1 session a week, but they're training 3 sessions a week, and they'll be together a lot longer as well.
Yeah,
so that obviously helps. So it's all about next year is where we see it.
But the positive thing, obviously, in terms of the link up between Russet Rangers and Harrow Borough, is obviously the majority of the players in your squad, the majority that played tonight, are Russet Rangers players. Obviously, they've come through the age groups. They're playing under 16, under 17.
Under 17s at the moment,
on a Sunday. Obviously, they're playing together tonight. So that is obviously the under 23s team started last year. But in terms of now this under 18s team, how do you see the pathway? The partnership between the clubs and that pathway developing. For under 18s, under 23s. and who knows, you know, as you
Yeah,
said,
it's something to-
hopefully for Harrow Borough first team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my remit is always trying to get boys into first teams, you know, when I've done this in the past. And, you know, we have a couple of boys here at the moment who've played for me previously as well. But yeah, the pathway, it's great. It's great to have that connection, I suppose, being Rice is the biggest club in Middlesex, you know, as a youth setup. And they should have had a partnership years ago, but it's great it's here now. And there is a pathway. I mean, it is early days. I'm looking for the push some of the boys in for the 23s for next season already with the under 23 manager. So we've talked about that, and obviously then if they can push on to first team maybe in a year or two time, you know, might be, they're obviously way too young at the moment, but some of them probably could physically in a year's time play under 23 football, no problem at all.
Yeah, as you said, that is the keep an eye out for them. As you said, that is the why the
that's what I want to say. I want to come here one day and actually pay at the gate and actually pay to watch one of the boys play for Harrow Borough first team is what I want to see eventually.
Good stuff. That's good to hear. I mean, looking at the as you said, you said tonight, a bit of square pegs in round holes, but obviously you have to put up with things that can happen last minute. As you said, obviously a goalkeeper with 3 broken fingers, and obviously there was issues with college and other availability tonight. Yeah. So
they are kids as well. We have to remember that.
Absolutely.
You know, they're young. I suppose young men, young adults, if you want to call them that. So they still have to answer to their parents at some point. Yeah.
But kind of looking at that and the squad as it stands, are you still on the lookout for new players? And B, for anyone that's watching, are you still on the lookout for players? And if there's any 16, 17-year-olds that are interested, looking for a team, a pathway into Harrow Borough Football Club, how can they get in touch and come for a trial maybe?
Well, on the website, our details are on the website as well, and we have a Twitter account as well, so they can go through the Twitter account, but call me direct as well if they need to, so all the details are on the main website. Okay. But yeah, we're always looking, anything that's going to improve me this year, next year, and improve the 23s and the first team, I'm all up for it, I guess.
Tony, thanks very much for your time. So good luck with the under 18s for the rest of the season, and obviously we're looking forward to seeing how things develop.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thank you.